Okay, when we look into the rabbit, I may now need you to look into your chart. I do have a sample chart. Somebody has key in. So is it male or female? I believe it's male, right? The one I have is a male chart. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. It wasn't very clear. 24th of May 1989. So I have somebody who volunteered a chart. Person is born in May 1989 on the 24th of May. And then the time is 6, which is 1848. Okay. So this is a male. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm reading the message. Somebody volunteered 24th of May 1989. Is that the time? No, we have Ethan. No, sorry. Is it correct or is it female? Sorry. Can you update the chat? Are you able to update the chat? Or male? No, sorry. Male 11. 11. Male 11 morning. What is it? So most of us easily know. Most of us easily know. So therefore, this is your chart. So you can print this chart out. So this is your chart. So we print one out now. Sorry, where is it? Let me just print to again to the desktop. So let me just print to the desktop, and then let me just go to the desktop and search for it now. So many of us would know the year that you are born. Now, after so many years, I stopped listening to all these year forecasts because it's so shallow, so generic, might as well don't pay attention to it. But what to do? That's what you know. Likewise, in Western astrology follow the sun sign. They follow the month that you're born. Whether you are Libra or Cancer or Scorpio, you are following the month that you're born. And then they try to form predictions about the month that you're born. Now, in a recent literature, in one massive research that was done, nowadays with data science and data mining, we have this researcher that downloaded a 1.7 million database from the Columbia University Medical Center, looking into the people that they are born, and then they map up against these people who have diseases. And therefore, according to this particular research, this is data mining, and data mining over 1.7 million patients who are diagnosed with sickness have discovered that there is some correlation of their month of birth. So if people are born in October, November, there is a high chance of them experiencing ADHD. Asthma patients are September. Asthma patient. September, coming into the month of the metal. Then, of course, we may have. Now, if you look into the literature, of course, September, October may sometimes be the Keng metal, which is represented by the lungs. Therefore, this is asthma. People who are born in your winter may suffer from atrial fibrillation, angina, chest pain for those who are born in April or coming into the May. Therefore, medical data mapping may consider that depending on the month that you are born, you may have a higher chance due to correlation to certain diseases. But anyway, this is not astrology, this is medical research. But medical research here aligns together that somehow the month that you're born has a certain impact to your disease. Yeah. And so this is where we want to bring us to the year of the rabbit. And so let's take a look into the chart, shall we? Now this chart is, well, a lot of information. This chart has a lot of details. And some of these details change every year. So every year when you go and print this chart, certain numbers will change. And certain numbers will never change. Your natal chart will never change. Your natal chart is your DNA. You are born with a DNA, and this will never change. So this natal chart shows that this person is born in the year of the snake. Born in the year of the snake. And this year changes every month. Therefore, born in the year of the snake. This person is born in the month of the snake. There are 12 months. Therefore, the 12 animals, every month will change. And this person is born in the day of the monkey and in the hour of the horse. All right. Huh? First of all, this person should be very careful because very prone to car accident. Huh? This person not careful, kena bang by car many times. And not careful could be fatal. So be careful about that. All right. So anyway, whoever this person is, if it's real, be careful of road because you are very cautious, but luck is kena bang lah. What to do? Okay. So anyway, let's move on to this chart. How this chart will react as it is. So now we will look into how the chart will react to the news. Okay, first of all, let's take a look into the Kuei Mao Day Master. Now, Day Master, how do we look into the Day Master? This person, the Day Master is known as the day that you're born. Therefore, the Day Master is called the wood monkey. This is wood, this is monkey. Therefore, to the person I'm speaking, whose chart this is, you are born, you are a wood monkey. You are a wood monkey. That's you. That is you. You are a wood monkey. You are Jiangshen. Alright? That's you. You are the day master. But if you meet a Kuei Mao day master, a Kuei Mao day master is one that is very youthful, kind-hearted, very sentimental, very, very smart. Because Kuei Mao sits on what we call pure Eg, very, very creative. So the energy is creativity, focus on art, scholarly. And a Kuei Day Master needs to see pink fire. And rabbit is one of the peach blossom. Rabbit is one of the peach blossom. And therefore, this year is the year of the peach blossom. We would expect many people to get married. A lot of Chinese couples will seek to marry this year. Rabbit is always a good year to get married. So the Kuei Mao is also tends to be very obsessed with sex in a way, because of the sexual attraction. Kuei Mao Day Master tends to have tattoo all over their bodies. They love tattoo. They love to tattoo their own body. They love to create art on their own self. That's them. So therefore, this will be how the Kuei Day Master may be interpreted. So as we look along, so I think you can just come into what the Day Master is all about. And so now, what we need to consider is the 5 elements in yin and yang breaks into the 10 elements. The 10 elements. And these 10 elements, of course, in yin wood translated into the animal now brings us to understand what this element is all about. So what is this? What is this element all to you? So it just takes a bit more time to reconcile to it, coming along the line. Okay. Now, the rabbit. The rabbit is a pure yin wood energy. please don't go to the pet shop and buy rabbits and keep. Please don't do that. We don't find any of such practice in any of the ancient literatures from Song to Tang to Ming. Okay, please lah, no need to wear red color on the 4th of February and go to the bank to deposit money, causing all the jam. We don't find those recommended anywhere on the ancient literatures. So let's stick to the fundamental elements. Yin wood is the calming energy. So the calming energy is also sometimes known as the gas. These are what I call the gas. So these are yin wood energy is the gas. So yin wood energy represents what I call the gas. And so now we want to explore what do this yin wood energy actually entails. What does it mean? Sorry, I just try to figure out a little. Okay, so what does this yin wood energy represent? So the yin wood represents what we call the gas. The gas, the gas coming in, the gas coming in. So the rabbit ear brings yin wood energy to you. And who are you? Who are you? You are yang wood. Therefore, the day master, you are yang, you are a wood, you are a wood day master. And the energy that comes in is also wood. And therefore, the energy is about self. Okay. Therefore, the interpretation to this day master is that the yin wood arriving is a wood pertaining to yourself, which in this case is one yang, one wood. This is rock wealth star, as they call it, rock wealth. So not very careful, the yin wood is somewhat parasitic to the yang wood. Imagine yang wood represents a picture of a tree. Imagine yang wood represents the picture of a tree. And yin wood represents the creepy crawly. And the creepy crawly tends to suck the nutrients and the resources of the yang wood. And therefore the yin wood may leech on the yang wood and suck up the wealth. So therefore this is where for yang wood day master, be careful lah. Because if not careful, then this is the year of rock wealth, which is the year of losses. So one may have to be mindful of that. Okay, so this is how we interpret, yeah? Okay. Now, if you are water, who among you are water people? If you are water, then wood represents out. Okay, so if you are water people, so if you are a Ren day master, a Kui day master, then the rabbit year is the year of out. Output means the year or the luck for you to produce something. And so if you are thinking about doing your PhD, writing your master's thesis, sitting for exam, producing your story, manuscript, trying to go back and prepare your ESG compliance manual, try to capitalize on the changing regulatory environment and make some money out of it as an accountant, this would be your year. So if you are an accountant, start to consider ESG because that is the increasing regulatory environment, produce something. So therefore, that is for the rainwater who wants to capitalize on the coming year, the energy. If a metal, some metal, then the arriving wood energy is your wealth. And this wealth represents opportunity naturally to make money, which requires work, can focus on trading, can focus on combining with people to do business. Therefore, that would be one way you can look at it. And you are Earth, if you're Earth Day Master, then influence. Influence represents promotion, represents authority. Maybe next year is the year you begin to receive your datukship or your recognition for the things that you do and to network to achieve that. And for fire, The year is resource. Resource means sales, means revenue, means input, time to do research, time to generate sales, focus on marketing. Your useful people will come in, ask for help, look for key people, get their advice, because your nobleman is also in the resource. Okay, so therefore these are how the day master affects you. And now, with that in mind, let's take a look into how it comes along. Yeah. So where are your animals and what does it represent? How we interpret the year, the month, the day, and the hour as you come along the external. And therefore, this is where we begin to interpret who you are and what you do and what. And so, what does the symbolism mean? So therefore, this is getting deeper now to the 4 pillars that we. Okay, very quickly now, the next part is I'm going to go through very quickly because of time, not much time that we have. And you can avail to me to email to me if you like or talk to me. Let's cut the long story short. There are positive and negative stars that will arrive for each of the tiger. Now remember, there are 4 animals. You don't have only one, you have 4. So this person has snakes, 2 snakes, 1 monkey, and 1 horse. Therefore, there are 4. So refer to the energy and see how it will have an impact to your life. Okay. Tiger, not good. Now, all these positive and negative stars, if you want to know what it means, I have a page after my slides. Here to explain what they are, whether they're favorable or unfavorable and what they represent. So please refer to the description here to map out what all these things mean. Yeah, don't worry. We normally give you very superfluous, scary names. Otherwise, how to charge high client fees, isn't it? Okay, so anyway, tiger overall is bad. It ranked 10 of the 12 animals. It ranked 10 in the position. Okay, so sickness is going to be your chance. Risk of loss can be Rockwell, because Rockwell coming to the wood. This is not going to be very good. Your job, of course, is do something different. Okay, do something different. Don't go back to your old routine. Explore out, because normally tiger people are wood. Trees do not like to be uprooted, so they like to be routine. They are more hesitant to change, and that is not going to be very good for you. Yeah. So bottom line, tiger, no good. Rabbit, okay lah. Rabbit is third. Rabbit ranks third. Quite a lot of good stars forward it. So one thing about wood, of course, is connection. And then, of course, it's time to build up your resources, because if you have rabbit and this year is rabbit and rabbit means self. So self normally means you look inward. You look inward for improving yourself, build up your self-image. Self-branding is what is required. So bottom line, good. Okay, therefore there will be 3. Dragon, not so good. Dragon is okay. 5th. Not bad. Dragon is 5th. Dragon will be more attracted to the yang energy this year. Therefore, the idea is to associate yourself and to work with people who manifest greater yang features, masculine features, whether they're male or female. And of course, promotion is good for this year. Focus on birds of the same feathers that flock together. But dragon creates a harm with the rabbit. So rabbit and dragon has a harm. Harm basically is something that prevents you from opportunity. So that is why you have to circumvent that by networking and by associating with somebody who can then help you more. Snake Pretty good. Pretty good. Snake is fire. Fire and wood produces each other. More negative stars, but you rank 7th. So it's slightly below average. Okay, so this would be where stay low lah. Stay low. And don't offend people. Do not offend people. Nowadays, in the internet, we have what we call the cancel culture. Therefore, one have to be worried about cancel culture, especially this year next year, when the fire spread very fast. Be mindful of. Horse, 4th position. 4th position, pretty good. But horse will be very busy, very, very busy this year, next year. Very busy this year. So therefore, don't overpromise, don't overcommit. Stay focused, prioritize your importance. Don't travel anywhere too much because there's accident when you travel. And horse has a destruction with now all these jargons, don't get worried. Destruction doesn't mean necessarily very bad. Sometimes people become millionaires after they lost their job, because when they move on to a new chapter, things becomes a lot better. So destruction normally means you are moving towards a new chapter of your life. Therefore, embrace that, and then that would be pretty good. So bottom line, 4th element ranking. The goat. The goat is not good. 8th position. 8th position in a way. Also, one that could be very cautious with cancel culture, very cancel with petty people, sabotage. But despite that, if you have goat in your chart and rabbit comes in together with pig, then you may produce good element. Now, producing good element, good or bad, I don't know. It depends on your chart, whether wood is favorable to you or otherwise. By the way, that would be what called the wood trinity. Now, this is just a picture. I'm not recommending you go and buy those trinkets. Buying these 3 things and put on your table will not change anything. Or you might change the fortunes of the vendor that sold you this. That's just the key one. Monkey. Monkey is 6th, right in the middle. Monkey is skunk metal. Monkey is skunk metal by nature. And the arriving yin wood, the arriving yin wood nature is a damsel in distress. Therefore, the monkey may be required to help a damsel in distress, may find yourself a hero of complexity, which of course may result in being denied and robbed or less of money. So monkey meaning to say, let's put it this way lah. You are very nice to help people, but next year when you help people, you might pay a higher price for it. So be careful when you want to help people. Therefore, that would be how the monkey's energy may be. So one have to take cautious, is just right in the average. Rooster. The worst. The worst. Now, rooster and rabbit may also indicate rape, sexual assault. So if you have rooster in your chart, especially here, it may, because here represents physical body. So if you have rooster in your day, which represents physical body, the clash may indicate such danger. Okay, so if you're a female with a rooster on your day, be a bit more careful. Okay, accidents, adverse, hostility, no positive stars, whatever. That is a clash. So it's going to be very hurtful. It's going to blunt your efforts. So therefore, that is rooster for you. Okay, so this is the worst. Now, dog is the best. If you have dog next year, when the rabbit combines with the dog, is a combination, it produces fire. And therefore, fire is going to be the energy that comes in, and it is good. It's going to be good for you. It's going to be the best ranking. You're going to be making money. And therefore, it's time for you to stop, to drop something to pursue what is going to make the biggest impact in your life. And but do pay attention to small details. When you agree to terms and conditions, don't agree too fast. But of course, don't be too hasty, because brutal defeat may also mean that if you rush in, it may not going to be favorable. But anyway, dog is going to be the best of the 12 animals wherever dog is. Wherever the dog is, that's going to be the good one. Okay, so there you go. So this will be just how the interpretation and the reading goes. Now coming to pig, which is the second last. Trinity is going to be another one. So what is going to happen here is something like being drowned. The drowning effect is going to be the motto for the year. Mostly stay low, enjoy your life. Don't be dragged into any ego traps. So if anybody challenge you, just not take up their challenge. And so this year is a year where self-retrospective would be very useful. Wherever the pig is, therefore they will be going into the park. The rat. The rat is going to be, number one, we have the second, which is good. The rat is going to be quite sexually active, so be a bit more careful. But the rat, of course, is going to be second, so therefore that's good. Focusing is on long-term investment, because the rat tends to be hasty. The rat tends to be very emotional in trading. Therefore, the rat tends to drown more often than not. But next year, 2023, is going to be something that you can look towards. Therefore, that would be how we can also consider the movement of the rat, as it is. But of course, uncivilized punishment can be dangerous. One that bites the hand, betrayal. So therefore, if not careful, the rat can face betrayal when the rabbit arrives. So therefore, different people, different energies, so to speak. Let's come to the ox now as we wrap it up. Ox is going to be pretty unfavorable, the same. 9th position on the chart. Therefore, lots of negative stars. Ox is, well, basically needs to ensure to focus mostly on a solo fight. Fight your own battle. Try not to complicate things, means do things on your own. Try not to involve people. Try not to. So if you're thinking of having any business combination, any joint venture, then don't. Not for this year. Stop, delay, stop. Right? Because it's not going to be something that's going to be coming your way. Okay, so this wraps up on overall very quickly the 12 animal signs to finish up on the final part. There's a lot more to talk about, but that's the time that I have. Now, before I push off for the period, I would also like to refer to you the continuing attachment that I have. This one is prepared by Professor Joe. This is her email address. And so this is prepared by her. And so if you feel that it's useful, this is all her work as it is. And now one of the very common phenomena that we want to do is to welcome the year. Sometimes we call it Chip Choi San, focus on the year. And therefore into this part, so therefore to focus on this part in the year. So this is where we will consider, the following events. Now, it's all distributed. If I'm not mistaken, I think I have distributed it. Anyway, let me just give you my email address. If you can email to my email address, I give it to the chat function, yeah? Okay, we give it to the chat function. But normally it should be distributed, yeah? As it is. Ask and you shall receive. And so when we pray, please, if you look into the ancient literature of Chinese metaphysics, none of the gurus, sage, calls for worshipping any particular deity. They refer to heaven as a form of a very big mysterious force without any name. So there is no name, there is no specific deity. If you are Christian, like me, or if you're Buddhist, Taoist, or anything, that is your personal choice. Chinese metaphysics is not associated with any religion, but we do appreciate and to know that during the Tang Dynasty, when they want to spread the religion of Taoism, then the metaphysic took a very heavy slant on Taoism. So many Taoist priests today, most of them are all trained in the body of knowledge. So that is understandable. But Taoism came after metaphysics. Not metaphysics come from Taoism. Yeah, just to distinguish that. So the literature refers to no religion or deity that comes into it. And so the first part here, we look into the date. We have 24th of December on this time, on the 26th of December on this particular time. Now, usually, sometimes when we pray, please read the instructions here. When we pray, when we ask for a sign, so sometimes when we ask for something, this is the best time to ask for something. We also want to ask for a sign. We also want to make sure that there is some sign to confirm that you will get what you ask for. And therefore, these are phenomena. These are phenomena. And therefore, during the period that you pray, phenomena. And so these are phenomena. Now, these phenomena are translated in the original text. But today, you have to be clever enough to be able to bring it to the modern context. I mean, noisy drum sound, you are not likely to see somebody on the road beating a traditional ancient drum. But I'm sure when a car passes by with loud music blasting from the base of the sound, that may indicate a noisy drum sound, as it is. And so when people from the East mention fogs, maybe you want to be careful about people traveling from that direction, wearing t-shirts, wearing clothing that may lead to you to summarize that it means. So, therefore, these are some of the phenomena that can confirm that what you're asking for comes to reality. Ask and you shall receive. This will be where you can have all these things. All right, so anyway, read for it. Auspicious dates. Auspicious dates. Auspicious dates are dates for you to open business, register a new company, if you want a joint venture, launching your businesses and so on. These are generally the auspicious dates. Because success is about the right time, the right people, the right place. Kip Choi San. Okay, so therefore these are the Kip Choi San date, 22nd of February. And again, those who subscribe to Taoist belief will then pray and Kip Choi San. They will put their altar facing the east. But for those who do not subscribe to the Taoist faith, for those who are atheists, or those who are Christians or even Buddhists, but most Chinese don't even distinguish between Buddhists and Taoists nowadays. But anyway, the idea is facing east at this particular time on this date, and calm yourself, make a wish, and then walk around looking for the phenomena within the next 24 hours. Please don't go out immediately, because walking at 3:30 in the morning is not going to be the best for you. right? Perhaps within 24 hours, take an early morning walk and see what find you. All right. Okay. And if you can find uh, 3, 4, 5, that might be one that confirms that you want. But usually for us, we have lots and lots of dates all the time. We don't normally have to wait until Chinese New Year once a year to do this. We have dates all the time. Tomorrow there's a date, next month there's a date, and so on. But most of the people just meet Feng Shui masters once a year. Therefore, they just give you the date during that period, unless, of course, you consult them on any other day. Okay, so this is your open work date as you go along. Yeah. Okay, and so on. You can read along this particular. So these are the literature. And Professor Joe also have the outlook for the hexagram. She has her own interpretation. Go read us and outline. And furthermore, when you go down, 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 then you may also see that they are also now relevant to who are you, what are the prominent events for people who are born. So if you're born in 1960, if you're born in 1972, and so look for the year that you are born, look for the year that you're born, and then you can map out over the 12 months what are the luck that is coming in. Okay, people? So therefore, this would wrap